The question is the Fayetteville shale unique to its problem and situation with the geology, or were there other previous gas plays that we could have learned lessons from prior to before they commenced the Pennsylvania? As far as are you just restricting earthquakes or all issues? Was it possible that we could have learned from other states prior to this coming into our area? I think we did a little bit. The earliest one that I'm aware of, a unconventional shale play, was the Barnett, which is the gas play down in Texas. And it had been going on since, I want to say, probably the 90s. And so it probably had about 5 years or so, or maybe a little more, maybe 10 years on this play. The technology's been around for a while. The hydrofracking and fracking was not around. It's just that the economics got to the point that it made it possible to take this technology and say, okay, let's go, instead of, think about this. The conventional way of doing things was to drill a well into a porous sandstone or porous medium and pump the gas out, and then the gas would come out naturally. All right, those easy hits, easy targets are just about gone. The easy stuff's gone. So now it's like, okay, where are we going to get our next bunch of gas from? So you look at the source rock, which is where the shale, typically it's the shale. All right, well, the shale's so tight, how do you get the gas out? Well, you got to artificially make a reservoir, or you got to artificially make a quote-unquote sandstone where you have interconnectivity with the grains. And the way they do that is they fracture that sand, they use that proppant to hold it open, and so you're essentially making a reservoir within your source rock. So that technology has been applied to other areas. Were there things we could have learned from Barnett? Yes, I'm sure there was. I think there were groups that went down there early on and tried to look at some things, but there are some situations that are unique to us. I think the Barnett Shale play, there's over 10,000 wells in that play now that have been developed. There are wells everywhere over there. We're at 3,000 now, which probably will be at some point 12 to 15,000 by the time this is all said and done. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. In fact, 2 injection wells were shut down. I believe it was in 2008. One was at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. They drilled a deep injection well very close to a fault, started having some earthquakes there, and they quickly, voluntarily shut that well down. Now, the question is, the question I always asked was, why did they choose to shut that well down? They had a lot less number of earthquakes there than we've had. Another community down there near Cleburne, Texas, was another injection well with some earthquakes. So they have had some earthquakes in that area and associated with injection wells.
Yes.